Let's get this working. Let's get this fixed. Uh, let's get everything right in here. Let's get everything right. Didn't get a chance to check out the Wisconsin like I wanted to. Get on in here. There you go. There you go. If you're in the room, let me know you're in the room, people. If you're in the room, let me know you're in the room. And if you're in the YouTube room, hit the notification, hit the likes, hit the subscribe. Welcome to the Midnights with Marcus Maven. Definitely going to talk, and we are live, Sean. Welcome. Wisconsin is not scary, baby. You are jumping right ahead of it. That's funny. You went right for, listen, baby, you went right for the jugular. You know we were going to have to talk about that Wisconsin thing. I kind of had a hectic evening, but you know, this is the meeting spot. This is our book club. I like being here for the book club. Wisconsin is not scary, but here's the problem. Are y'all ready to talk about the Wisconsin moving moods? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. My goodness. Solo Hayes, welcome. Moving moods. Sean, Rickett, this is Room Beef. Sucks to, yeah, I know. We're gonna have to have that conversation too. But I'm glad we're in here to talk about it before everybody has panic attacks tomorrow. I like the energy, Bacon, the Badgers energy. I did enjoy watching Florida State, Georgia Tech, because I started doing the math and I'm like, ooh, that Kentucky team in this ACC would be taking some L's. Had to hop on. So, okay, so you did get the notification. Okay, Vaughn, I'm glad you got the notification. That's perfect. What's going on, James? Card Nation, he sends his shout out. Yeah, like I said, I'm happy when everybody gets the notifications. What was Steve talking about? What do you mean in particular? Oh! You mean on this tweet? Is that what you're talking about? Here, I'll go to it right now. Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, this is funny. Shift. Let me do this right now. Actually, I messed that up. Hold on, just give me one quick second. I will show you exactly what he's talking about. Let's go back here. Let's go over here. Yep, I'll show you exactly what that question is about. The new screenshot. Bang, bang, bang. This guy right here. This gentleman right here, people. You don't even recognize who he is, do you? That guy right there. Lawrence is a wrap. Let it go. Yeah. Be the wheat. Okay, be the wheat. Sorry about that. I hadn't seen you here. If you're in for the first time, hit the like button and subscribe if you're on the YouTube channel. This guy right here, people. Do you know what's interesting about him? All over, and I mean all over, FBI wiretap his mom trying to get paid. Legitimately. FBI wiretap, got him, asking for the money, making deal. That guy right there. He started for Florida State. No penalties, no nothing. Florida State, Nike, top recruiting classes, putting everybody right into the league, getting everybody from Montverde, Academy, and it's pathetic. It's literally pathetic. And listen, y'all know I respect Florida State, and it's not a Florida State thing. It's a Nike thing. I like the team. I'm jealous of all the length they have and all that good stuff, but they are, I mean, Nike is just, they are just getting away with being criminal, just fully criminal here. Like, my goodness, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. I mean, I'm still waiting on conversation about Zion's house in North Carolina. Dude, it's pathetic. So yeah, how many kitties the Knicks gonna run out of there? Listen, Nike is probably sponsoring. Like, Nike's gonna be the official. Just, I don't know what they're gonna do. You know what? Pretty soon, you're not gonna be able to buy any clothes but Nike athletic clothes. Like, they're legitimately gonna make no market for anything else. Fabian, they're landing everybody. LSU still has Will Wade. Miller is still coaching. We are getting responses from NCAAs that a dad who was pimping out his son to multiple universities and Adidas, a history of doing that, is more credible than Kenny Johnson. Nike closed comment is false, but I get what you mean. Yeah, I know. Yeah, listen, they're going to buy everything up and they're going to create a fake competitive market. Like, they're going to own Converse, own Reebok, own Adidas, and they're going to still keep the logos on there, but it's going to be owned by Nike, so everything's going to be under the Nike umbrella. They're going to get them out of college sports. Because they're getting bullied. They're getting bullied in court, and Adidas makes their money. Adidas makes their money in Europe. They make their money in soccer. Adidas is a original, German shoe company. You know what I'm saying? They're international for their, like, they were moving up. They were causing a dent, but they don't have Adidas doesn't have the same level of what do you call them? Wait a minute, what's the word? Lobbyist. Adidas doesn't have like American lobbyists that are like really powerful. Like, Nike has the highest, the most money in the lobbying and government. So that's why, you can throw a case on Rick and you know what I'm saying? You can throw a case on Adidas. You can throw 2 cases on Adidas and just stop listening. If you're the NCAA, you can get away with that if you're Nike. Like, it's so obvious. Prestige, no. But no, that's a good word to use. Yeah. No, but prestige is like, that's the perception kind of thing, but just real deal, axe to wood. Nike can just make it happen governmentally. You know what I'm saying? So and Cody is on here. St. Rita stand out. You know it. Sweep the leg, baby. Sweep the leg. Oh, they're saying what Nike money could get away with. Nothing to see here. Yeah, that kid was literally his mom is literally on the FBI taps negotiating. We heard it. We heard it as a public. We heard it. Now, like I said, and these are never attacks on the kids. I did know that too, Vicky. Sean, the only way Nike's I wear is white and red Marty McFly classics. Yeah, I can't I can't even think of the maybe something I wore from like 93.9 or ESPN Louisville. I think we had some Nike polos or something. But even those, when I get those Nike company shirts, most of the time I give them away. I don't even wear those. So y'all get my point with that. I get a new book bag or something. If I get a Nike book bag from an event or something, yeah, I give it right on the way. I give away. I probably give away 85% of the swag gifts I get. You know what I'm saying? Mm. 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 No, real quick. Like I did that once because I was just so proud of Donovan's shoes. So I did get his first ones. I got his first all red ones. And I don't really like do swag gear too much. You know what I'm saying? Like trendy, like fashionable. So I mean, I might throw a t-shirt on every now and then, representing or something like that. But Run DMC class. Oh, Bill, one time, listen, Bill, it's so funny. One time I bought some shell toe, some high top shell toe all-star. I don't know if they were all black or all white with the three black stripes, but I bought them the day of the game. I tried to play in those shell. Imagine trying to play in high top shell toe Adidas. There ain't no curves on the end. It's the flattest shoe you ever felt in your life, man. I probably did 10 years of damage on the tip because them shell toes. That thing is hard, and I underestimated how hard that thing was. I didn't even make it to the game. I went through warm-ups. I went through pregame shoot around. Man, my toenail might have been purple by the time I took them shoes off. I tried to wear them though. I thought it was gonna be the flyest thing to play at a Louisville game in the shell top all-star classics, the high top shell toe. Well, Cody's in the building. Everybody was on the lookout for you. Questions going around. The Prince Coley thing. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Notre Dame wrapped their arms around. They hit the panic button. They hit the super alert button. They probably upped his promises, whatever that may be. I'm sure they upped the incentive. I'm sure Notre Dame upped the incentive for him to attend Notre Dame. I have to debate often athletic gear. I never mix brands. But I don't get any, like, I'm telling you, after I always liked Adidas anyway. But once Louisville went Adidas, like my junior year or whatever year it was over. It's probably my junior year, going to junior, senior year. But yeah, once they went Adidas, like I was done. I know, Vicky. That got out way too. Oh, it got out. But it wasn't just us that knew it. Too many people knew already, and kids are kids. So when the kids start saying, "Nah, I'm leaving and I'm going," and people asking, where you thinking about going? Like you knew the first time he loved Louisville. You knew it, and it was easy to surmise that he was going to reach out to Louisville if he was decommitting. They just like, listen, look, Notre Dame. You should have read the message boards. Steve was just the bearer of bad news. Actually, listen, Vicky, this is funny. I drugged Steve into that hype session. That was my fault. We talked after the show, and Steve was laughing. Steve was laughing about it because he was like, "Man, you knew that was going to happen, right?" He was like, Steve said, "I wasn't sure if I wanted to like really participate in that one because, like I said, it's Notre Dame, and he been committed for it. He'd been committed for 8 months. Like, that's a hard flip, man." Go to Laundry Business Wars, Nike versus Adidas is good. Oh, I have watched that thing. Like, I always feel like I've been a monk watching the shoe wars over the course of my life because I've never really been a sneakerhead, but I was always amazed with the branding, and when I started seeing how how Nike would buy companies, and it was amazing to me how they were buying companies and leaving with the same name and just kind of creating the fake competition, and sometimes it was like watching the styles copy each other, and it was just like you could tell it was being run by the same couple of people. It was amazing. There's a lack of creativity in the branding industry, so I knew it was being run by the same people. You ever see something like an idea that's just so bad, you're like, there is nobody in that room that has any swag or any style or any flair or probably any brains. Like when you see a product come out, you're like, who green lighted this project? Who do y'all have on the board green lighting something that's stupid, right? You and Steve the only guys that think they can put it. Listen, did you see him play though? Did you see him play? Like, listen, he might be too wild. He might be too wild for Notre Dame too. Yeah, but listen. Here's the problem though. If his coach leaves and he calls Louisville, I guess we can say it now. If this coach leaves and he calls Louisville, I mean, you called me and said you wanted to come. Now, if Notre Dame bullies you or does something to get you back, it's not my fault. Like you called me and told me you wanted to come. So yeah, it's like the Martin episode. They called me. You called me like, hey man, this is your girl. She called me. Now, if you beg to get her back or something, and you win her back, okay, you can have her back. Like she's yours anyway. So yeah, that was the Prince Coley thing. That was a fun flirt. But I said it during the show. I'll say it again. I give credit. Like if a dude decommits from Notre Dame and Louisville's the first school you're calling, that means you have a bunch of planted seeds out there everywhere. Like, who was the Ouija board dude? Oh. Like, how bad you want to know? Because I'm like, I don't want to put him out there, but it is kind of funny. But it was kind of freaky, and I don't want y'all to be torturing him over it. But oh man. Oh, you know what? Y'all have been supporting me in the evening shows. I guess I do owe it to you to unveil who it was. This is horrible. The guy. Okay. For those who are just coming in who don't know the story or didn't listen to the show today, I told the story. First we talked about. It started off. We were talking about Steve. We were going to my car, and Steve parks over there, right? So going to my car, there's a pole right here, right? I'm kind of going to my car, and Steve's kind of going that way, and he kind of just turned and walked around, inside the pole. And my car was right here, and I was like, "Oh, you just didn't want to split the pole, right?" And he kind of looked like, "What do you mean?" And so I'm like, you never heard of splitting, don't split the pole? And he was like, no. I was like, yeah, it's just bad luck when you're walking with somebody or whatever. Simon Nadanoff, that is funny, Fabian. That is funny. So then I started kind of asking today on the show. I asked Steve, did he know about a couple of these superstitions? Just these sweeping the feet, salt over the shoulder. And it was so funny to hear where he heard them from, like Dumb and Dumber, throwing some salt over your shoulder. And we were just talking about little step on the crack, all those little funny things or whatever, right? So I kind of told him, I don't know who brought it up, but Brian might have said something about, because we talked about, Bloody Mary in the mirror and Candyman and all that. And somebody mentioned the Ouija board. I don't know if it was Steve or Brian, But I remember a teammate of mine. We got kind of worried about him because one night he was messing around with some friends. I think he had some girls in there. I don't remember in particular, but it was down there that his room was down the hall, like on the other end of the dorms. And no, and here's the thing, like he is okay. I'll say this. I'm gonna tell you the name, but I will have to tell you this. The dude I'm gonna name, he's a good wingman. well, listen. I'll put it this way: he was a good wingman when we were younger in another life. Because I don't want to put any challenges. He's a happy man now. He's an adult and all that good stuff. He was a great wingman. He was a good host. Like if you were around him, you know how like you got some homeboys that just it's like the spades partner that doesn't like just ruins everything. But it's worse when it's like two guys and two girls and you hanging out with a dude and he's always saying the wrong stuff to get both of the girls or just saying something jerky or just you know the little saying when women say, just shut up. Let it happen. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Just shut up. So he's a great wingman. He's a good host. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good at letting the evening flow as it should, right? So I could see how he could just, hey, yeah, look, y'all want to do that? Yeah, I'm game. I could see how he kind of just do it, right? So he and some people, I'll leave that part of the story. He and some people got on the Ouija board. Oh, when we talked to him the next day, his eyeballs, I'm telling you, y'all, like they were the size of marbles. Like they were huge white marbles. And he was just like, man, he's telling me, man, we did that Ouija board last night, man, blah, blah, blah. He was like, man, that stuff. So we kind of laughed about it. We kind of laughed it off. He's like, man, you better stop messing with that stuff, He's like, nah, man. And he wouldn't really spit it out, but we didn't really pay much attention. Then, you see him an hour or two later and he's just kind of walking funny and kind of stiff. And he just looks stiff, you know what I'm saying? And this guy has a boisterous personality. This dude's kind of loud and, he's talkative. He's a fun guy, you know what I'm saying? He's charismatic, right? So you're seeing him, you know what I'm saying? And you see him like, a day or two later and he just like, I mean, the way I can describe it, he was just going through the motions. Like basketball, you just going through the motions. And, like the team was just kind of talking, like he's here, but something kind of don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Like something ain't been feeling right. So like I said, eventually you could tell he kind of walked it down and kind of got everything back right. But for a while, like we was kind of asking each other, like, and I said like 2 weeks, it probably wasn't that long, but when you see somebody every day, when you used to being around them every single day, most of the day, most of the week, most of the month, a week could seem like that's why these stories end up being so long because like time is different when you with the same people just all day, every day. So the dude who did the Ouija board and we were worried about was Tony Williams. Now, don't run over there to his page asking about it. Don't do that. If you know him on the low, or if you talk or if you chat with him, just, you can just say I kind of called him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, he ain't gonna get too mad about it. But, and here I'll throw in a little extra nugget story. I kind of mentioned it on the show, but I didn't really go into detail. So, you know how I was talking about, love Tony. I love Tony. So, just a little nugget. Like I said, Tony was a good wingman, and he wasn't going to do anything stupid to get us in like trouble or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important to have college and hit. Yes, please, Cole. Thank you for reminding me. Anybody, even if you're watching from the Periscope channel, just take a second, go to the YouTube channel, because sometimes these are not going to be on the Periscope. So just go to YouTube really, really quick on your phone, youtube.com/MadeForTheVille. Hit the like button when you come in the door. Hit the subscribe button, and please hit the notification button so you'll know the moment the midnights. Like I said, they're always the midnights with Marcus Raven always are in this window. I try to be here at 11 o'clock. I had a really hectic evening. I had to do a whole bunch of work, and it's not going great. But this was a good break to stop and mess with y'all for a little bit. So Tony was a good, like I said, he was a good guy. Keep you out of trouble. Keep each other, responsible, whatever. So one time, I don't know how we ended up with this group of people, but it was kind of like a real hippie environment, right? I mean, you just, like I said, people and something to do one night. And it was great to meet all different kind of people, the whole experience and everything. So do y'all remember, this is one of those things I can't really say on air. I couldn't talk about the story on air. Do y'all remember, and if you don't, you can look it up. Do y'all remember when it was a big thing to find the little person that committed suicide on the set and you can see him in the back. You can see him in the back, like where the edge of the stage is on the Wizard of Oz, on the original Wizard of Oz, like the old one. Like it was like one of those urban legends, you know what I'm saying? And your eyeball has to like follow the yellow brick road, and then you gotta like look over somebody's shoulder and you can see what happens. But with college students, so it's everybody, kind of looking to see, if you could actually see when it happens and stuff like that, right? Right. And forever. Yeah, no, I get it. So there was, hold on, let me see. What's wrong? Is the Prince thing that bad? You talking about Prince Coley? Yeah, I remember it had a weird look in some games. Hold on. Okay, the Cloud and the Lion King. Do you remember in Aladdin when it was like, all little girls take off your clothes? Like that was a crazy one. That one freaked me out. When the Aladdin had one where it said all little girls take off your clothes, and you could hear it, and I couldn't believe how clear you could hear it when you found out about, you know what I'm saying? But you remember they had to take all those off the shelf. They had to take all those originals off every shelf, and then sometimes like you might be able to find it in a gas station or something. Those are worth a lot of money, like nowadays. The sex, I think it's spelled out SEX. I won't say that. I think it's spelled out SEX in the clouds, if I'm not mistaken. So we're at the hippie house or whatever. Somebody does the Pink Floyd matchup to the Wizard of Oz. And what it is like, I don't know which was filmed first or something, but there was something synchronized where on the second roar of the lion, you start the Pink Floyd CD, right? And, we might have been like, having a cocktail or something, you kind of settled in, or, beer or whatever it was, probably wasn't cocktails back then. But yeah, when you play the Pink Floyd with the Wizard of Oz, It is so weird because it is perfect through the whole movie, and everything they're saying on the album. We're talking about multiple songs are all matching up with a and it wasn't like they wrote it to the Wizard of Oz. It for them to be two totally different eras and songs or record and movie, like for it to match up so perfect, that was freaky. That was really freaky. Like when the Wicked Witch shows up in the scenes, like it'll be an alarm going off, and they'll say, like the song will say, "Black Witch is witch," and it's like the evil witch comes into the scene and stuff like this. One of the scenes that freaked me out is on the Pink Floyd. It was like, "Fall to an early grave," and the lady falls, or no, Dorothy falls off the fence, and she lands like in one of those like hay, those horse troughs for hay, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like you're watching it. So yeah, so we were locked in. Yeah, it was me, Tony, and a hippie crew. Yeah, cocktail. What I was about to. He always had. And look, we played Cincinnati. I remember, dude, James. Cincinnati's a problem. Listen, they were a terror. You have to learn how to deal with the Kenyon Martin. That take time. You don't just go out and you're not scared. You're just trying to figure out a way to score on one of the most athletic people on the planet. Like it's not scared. It's trying to figure out the best way to score. Yeah, like everybody gets blocked and gets done, so it's not physical scare. It's yeah, for sure, for sure. I did enjoy when he came on the show. Do y'all remember when Kenyon Martin came on the show and he was telling the story about losing? He lost the year. I forget what he said he lost, but he was talking about how much trouble they would get into if they lost to Louisville. It was like, I don't care who y'all lose to, you just don't lose to Louisville. And he was just like, it was like hell week, you know what I'm saying, when the Louisville game was coming up. So everybody was on edge for that. Yeah, I had a couple pretty decent games. I finally got them my senior year against Logan and Satterfield and them. I was really happy. Actually, the only tech that I got in my career reacting to the referees was against Cincinnati because I just wanted that game so bad. Huggy, oh my God, it was, oh man. You listen. You would be right. Okay. Let's say Melvin Levitt was guarding me, right? And this is just an example. Melvin Levitt was guarding me, and Huggins is like, I mean, I'm talking about right here. Huggins is like, if he scores on you, I'm gonna kick your. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were cussing back and forth. I can't say it on YouTube, of course. They would cuss, like the players, the coach and the players were cussing at each other like crazy. So, you know, when people say you look distracted or you look scared or something, imagine if you saw in the middle of a game a coach and a player cussing each other out in the middle of a game. You kind of like, dang, what's going on over here? Like they sound like they're about to break out into a full fight. So yeah, it's not intimidating. It's kind of distracting. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you never see that before. So I wrote down something to tell. That's probably in my other notebook. Do that. Me against yeah, listen. The Cincinnati, them games were emotional. They were emotional. Student section. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. I think I thought of what it was. So somebody. Oh, I think somebody asked me to tell a Puerto Rico story, and it wasn't really a good. It wasn't a good story. But it was a moment. It was like a moment where I kind of grew up. Hosted section loss was when Russ. Oh yeah, that was awesome. Didn't Terry Rozier hit one against them too? What I wrote down as far as Puerto Rico. So okay, obviously y'all see I'm a night owl. Like I'm a real deal night owl. So I take naps, but I don't sleep long periods. I never had a normal sleep schedule. So we were in Puerto Rico. I think it might have been after. I don't know if it was after the first game or the second game. Probably the first, but I'll say first or second. So it's like, okay, I'll say this. Y'all heard me tell a story before, probably on the radio. My grandma was a bootlegger, like big time. And being in the military, you move every 2 or 3 years or whatever. So when we were moving, you would have maybe a month off or something. So I would go, be with my grandma or whatever, we'd be at her house. And sometimes my parents would go, like if we're moving to Texas or something, they would go there for a week or a month or something to kind of like get the house ready, get everything settled and all that good stuff. So, like I used to actually just do the service. Y'all remember that kid y'all remember the kid in Harlem Nights when he was like, it was like, I got Mr. Raymond cigarettes. Listen, I was that kid running errands, running to go get cigarettes for grandma, going to pour the alcohol for people pouring the shots. Like, so I was pouring vodka shots for OGs at 7, you know what I'm saying? So when my grandma, she did that. She also hosted the poker games, right? She hosted the poker games. She had tip boards. That house, my grandma's house was like, it was live, right? I didn't realize how live it was because it was kind of normal for me as a kid. So anyway, when my grandma would have card games, I didn't realize when I was a kid, when everybody was, was kind of cocktailed up, like how much they would just be laughing at me. Just they all liked when I came around. So my grandma would just be so happy to see me. You know what I'm saying? When I just came out from around the room, just, hey, grandma. But I didn't realize she was toasted, you know what I'm saying? And everybody there was just, having a good time and drunk. But the reason I tell right, Mark. That is a good movie. The reason I give that background is because, and it's not the drinking part of it. So I sneak out. Probably it had to be 2:30, 3 in the morning. And I say sneak out. Everybody sleep. You know what I'm saying? We in Puerto Rico. It's hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just up. You know what I'm saying? I got to get out of my room, right? So I can go out my room, and you got the lobbies and stuff. Lobbies are like casinos and stuff. So like I said, we still talking about first road trip. This is my second real game. I'm just starting my college career. So I'm just kind of like, I figure everybody sleep. I don't know, like I'm sure Coach Crum is asleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the coaches sleep. I'm just thinking I'm the only one up at this time. It's like 3 in the morning. I walk past the table. And like I said, the reason I talked about my grandma, because I almost nudged Coach Crum, was sitting at a poker table or something in Puerto Rico, sitting there, and look, when I looked at him, oh my God, I was ready to die because I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm getting kicked off the team today. I'm never gonna play. I'm never gonna play college basketball because I'm not in my room. We done had bed check, everything. You know, I'm just being nosy. And so my heart stopped when I saw him. And coach looked at me and he was like, "Hey, Marcus, you know, how's it going?" You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know, kind of like, "How you feel?" And I was just like, I'm good. I just came to get some ice. We're in the middle of a casino. I know, I don't even know what the casino rules was. It probably didn't even dawn on me. I could have sat down at the table and played cards under different rules and regulations. I'm just now thinking about that. But I just thought, okay, first of all, I know I ain't allowed to gamble because I'm not 21. Second of all, I can't believe that coach just saw me. I can't believe I just stopped right here and I was standing right next to Coach Crum. I can't believe he's not kicking me off the team right now. I can't believe he's up just playing cards. Yes. Like Beef, you're right. Like I learned about that stuff later on, and I learned about his, about his lifestyle later on and all that stuff. But just that first day or that first week in Puerto Rico to see Coach Crum and for him to just kind of like said, for him to just smile. I mean, that goes back to when I say he treated everybody grown. You know what I'm saying? Like if you weren't good enough or you didn't handle your business, like, he knew that was on you. You know what I'm saying? He knew he was going to get a player to replace you. I just remember that story. I remember running into him 3 a.m, lobby. Like I said, I wasn't gambling. I definitely have no money to gamble. But I didn't gamble anyway. But yeah, running into him, I thought my life was over. I thought my career was over before it even started. Look, 2 nights ago, I was on Sports Center. Now I'm getting ready to get kicked off the team. But no, he was like happy to see me in the lobby. It was just, I just felt great. I felt great that he was happy to see me when I bumped into him. And I retreated to my room, and I probably didn't come out of my room until it was game time. I probably didn't even want to come out of my room to go eat. And I look, and I didn't know at the time he didn't drink or anything. So I'm like, I hope he was drunk or something, and I hope he doesn't remember even running into me. What if he tell the assistant coaches? Like, what if I get in practice? They're gonna run me to death. Like, I lost my starting spot. I just thought life was over. That's funny. I wouldn't have been surprised to see Craig Farmer. Look, Craig Farmer was probably on a cruise or something. 48-hour cruise ship or something. Talking about I'll meet y'all at the game in 2 days. He's OG. Yeah. No. He was 26. He was 26 going on 27. But you got at college, that it don't sound like much now, but when I'm 18 and he's 26, 27, that's a man. No, well, Chris, I don't know. Because everybody knew he played cards. I just didn't. So yeah, by that time, Coach Crum was established card player. Hater Huggins, but kind of like, Sean, I was the same way, right? I was the same way. Then one time, you know when it was? When I went to the college slam dunk contest, there was it was like, okay, you know how everybody goes to the Final Four site or whatever, so I had to go to Minnesota for the college slam dunk contest. And Bob Huggins and Kenny Klein was sitting at the bar. They were sitting at the bar. And that was another time, man. They were having some cocktails, right? I just recognized Kenny Klein was so happy to see me. And Huggins was there. And Huggins like, hell yeah, I know Marcus, you know what I'm saying? And they were just talking. And, you know, like I said, I just snuck down there because I came down from the hotel. I think I was going to pick up some food or something. But yeah, just that couple of seconds exchange with Huggins, like one-on-one, I was like, I'm rooting for this dude. Like, I don't have to play him no more. Like, that just instant energy transfer that you just, and if Kenny Klein like you got to be a cool dude. Like, I trust his judgment, probably more than anybody. They don't foul when Bud got hurt against Duke. Cell phone. Wait a minute. Wait, you mean check my cell phone or? Hold on. Who's the coach? That coaches now that you love to play for. A coach that coaches now that I love to play for. I would love to play for. I really like that Florida State team. I really like how they play. Because I like the press. I like the long arms. Like, I really enjoy playing with Nate and Tony and Tobias and Deion. Like, all that length they had, and Reese, like lengthy guys. It made defense so much easier. Like full court press, and like Cam was really smart, so he was fun to play with. But the long athletic guys. Y'all see that video of Nate Duncan that he just put out? It was like 44, 45. Punching it. He's punching it good too. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that video. Like, he's a different kind of athlete. Yes. Okay. Yes. The cell phone. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was saying it because here's the thing. Here. Okay. This is what I'll tell y'all. The dunk contest, the college slam dunk contest. First of all, it was one of the most disappointing experiences that I've ever been a part of, right? And what made it so disappointing is a couple of things. Okay. First of all, it's shown on TV like it's happening, right? Do y'all realize it was like 30 minutes between two dunks? Like it was a production. Like, you know how like on the TV shows, they show the people that hold up the sign to say applause and stuff like that. Like, it takes like 4 hours, four and a half, maybe 4.5, 5 hours to do a dunk contest and a 3-point contest. So you're there all day long, right? You there all day long. Like, two people might dunk and you literally like shut down for 30 minutes, right? And me, I'm a game dunker. Like, I don't have trick dunks and stuff like that. So we back in the locker room during these dunk contests, and all these dudes are back there like, they like putting icy hot all over their knees, and they like, like re-warming up and doing all that stuff. So I'm like, what are we doing here? Because it hurts to get warmed up and revved up, go cold for 30 minutes, and then just come back and get revved up again and try to do an impressive dunk at that. Like, like in a game, you can do that because you run up and down, but just doing it cold, it's really hard to do. So I kind of felt bad because I saw some of those dudes that could really jump, but they couldn't really like get warmed up over and over and over again, right? So that was one part of the experience that I didn't know. I thought we were just going to have a dunk contest, and I thought we were just going to get it on and see who wins. Yeah, I know, James. Nah, that thing takes a long time. They stop, and then they'll go talk to Dick Vitale. He'll do a solo, and then you stop again, and you just sitting over there, and Y'all just, I mean, it's whack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just whack, right? So like that cell phone thing was me trying to figure out a gimmick to do because I'm not about to try nothing crazy. I'm all stiff because I actually already got invited to Phoenix for the pro camp, and I don't want to get hurt messing around, trying to do some trick dunks and stuff. But number two, here's what they did. There, if you remember my first dunk, there was a bucket like right on the baseline, like a little bucket, right? You can tell what I was talking about earlier about the people who put these events together. You can tell sometimes there's people who don't know what they're doing because this is a dunk contest. You got a bucket with an advertisement on it right under the rim on the baseline. So if you got any dunks going towards the rim, like my first or one of my first dunks or whatever, was headed right into the bucket. I actually 1 foot kicked the bucket as I was coming down from the rim. That's just the stupidest thing you can do for them to put that placement there. And the reason I had to do a dunk like that is because they put an advertisement sticker right under the basket, like a big one too. So, those things are like removable paint. So can you imagine running up as hard as you can to do a dunk and then you slip on this removable paint? And why would y'all put it underneath the basket? So if you go back and look at that dunk, the dunk contest got a lot of criticism for not being, actually Randy Moss was one of the judges, and he was kind of like, yeah, y'all kind of blew. It was funny, but I knew where he was coming from, because it wasn't a lot of impressive dunks, but everybody was slipping. And these are like real basketball players. You slipping when you're getting ready to dunk. So it's like, y'all, we got to be careful more than worry about the dunks. It's ridiculously dangerous. And if you go back and look, if you looked at that full dunk contest, like 2 of the first 3 people slipped on it. One dude buckled like real good, and we thought he tore his ACL when he buckled on it. And we were like, after that, it was like, there was still like 2 or 3 dudes who were just like, they didn't care. They just came to win it. They calling card was hops. They just came to win it. And like I said, of course, sometimes you say, I should have, got ready to try to do some tricks. Appreciate it, Beef. I appreciate that. Yeah, anybody who wants to donate to the channel, please feel free. Like I said, it keeps me here at 11 o'clock. It keeps me, ready to give y'all my best stuff, what I'm saying, all the time. I do appreciate the super chat. The Cash App is over there as well. If you had a bonus, yeah. That, like I said, that you always get that number one question. Yeah, of course I would have, because again, he was a new wave of ideas about how to attack the game of basketball. Like, again, I still think Coach Crum is a better basketball coach, but Rick Pitino is a better motivator, a better like program disciplinarian and stuff like that. Like, they're both Hall of Famers. But yeah, it's just really different. You know what I'm saying? The speed, I did like the speed. He let people kind of do their own thing, but that's a lot of times you lose because there's too many people doing their own thing instead of having a kind of system. So yeah, I do get that one. They're trying to you said Thursday. Wait, Wednesday evening or Thursday? You said Wednesday, right? You said you get off at 4. If you had a bonus year eligible. Okay. I'm sorry, I reread that one. You told me you get off at 4:30. We're gonna get this on here. Yeah, like I said, make sure everybody knows where to find it. Most heated argument you got in with Coach Crum. Wait a minute. You didn't hear about that story? Thursday's probably better. Appreciate it, James. Appreciate that one. Appreciate it. Cody, I would have thought you heard that story. VCU for maybe first game of my junior year. It's funny because Reese thought I was mad at him. Here was the problem. VCU was the opening game of my junior year. They were opening the arena, right? They were opening a new arena. So I had a good start against VCU. And keep in mind, this is the first game of the year. I'm trying to get to the league now. Like, I done had 2 years after we lost the last game. Everybody was asking me, was I thinking about, trying to jump and test the water? So I done went hard all off season. I was disciplined. I was just ready to try to be the player of the year, right? And I had a good start. I might have scored first couple of buckets or, had some buckets early or something. And I got a foul, right? And Coach Crum just benched me. He benched me like crazy. And I might have got back in for a minute or two, right? And I didn't understand what was going on. He just wasn't playing me. And then in the second half, maybe I got an early foul. And I don't know if he thought I had 3 fouls or something, I don't know if somebody thought a foul was on me or somebody told him that or something. But I just did and I think when we went out, we were winning. And then I came back in and late, and we was if I remember it correctly, I came in late, and I think we were losing by a couple points or something. And I was just so mad. And there was some dudes over there that was kind of egging me on a little bit. So we end up losing the VCU in that game. And we went to the locker room, right? And it was one of the things, as soon as the buzzer went off, I shook hands, and I think I just sprinted to the locker room, right? And I'm so mad that he was pulling that. And I'm trying to win College Player of the Year this year. And he played, and like I said, I don't remember the minutes, but it wasn't to my liking at all. And he was talking about he got into the locker room, and he might have, that was a poor effort, and you guys thought you were just going to come out here today and just get an easy win or something like that. And then he said, and Marcus, and I was like, hey, Marcus what? Marcus what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you bitch me the whole fucking game, right? I was like, you let a freshman play 10 times. I was just and I pointed at Reese. Reese thinks you got to think this is Reese's first game. He don't know what's going on. But yeah, Reese think I'm like I said, I'm not mad at Reese, but I've been listening to Coach Crum, bite how he don't play freshmen and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he just had me on that bench all game long. It was just the worst. I expected to be playing 32 minutes a game that year. And again, it was first game, and I'm just so jacked up. And he looked at me like, who is this dude inside of Marcus Maven's body? He is losing his ever-loving mind. Coach Davenport is looking at me, easing him you need to go. You need to go cool off. Go to the shower or something. I think I slammed the locker. That's the only time I ever blew up in the locker room. But yeah, because I don't lose my cool like that. You know what I'm saying? But just the intensity of that first game and him just doing that, I was losing. I lost my mind in that locker room right after that. The crowd was, and it was fun too. The crowd was, it was a good environment too. That's what made me mad too. And you know what else did it? I remember it. Big light-skinned dude. I can tell he was a football player on the VCU team, and it was getting kind of late in the game. And like I said, they could tell from the beginning of the game that I was one of the players. They could tell I was good. That's why they was messing with me, right? And then I was kind of on the bench, And I looked into the crowd, and like when I say crowd, the dude's like 6 feet away from me. And the guy was like, he kind of looked at me and he was serious, like, and he was like, man, what's up with your coach? And I kind of like looked, and think about it, an opponent was like, why ain't you playing? So that I think that just like blew me through the roof on that one. Oh no, coach just looked at me like I was crazy. But coach don't react. I mean, he might have said something back like, well, you should be more prepared to play, or he probably said something like that. But that's how he responds if you're going off. He just say, well, you're gonna have to get back to the drawing board. Like he's not scared of you or nothing, so he just say what he got to say and just keep it moving. And like I said, I was the emotional one. He wasn't. He didn't care at all. He was just teaching. Being a road team playing at Grand Canyon, man, I try to tell people, man, some of those best versions of they were different. I was my sophomore year. I was a little angry, a little angry Westbrook, little attitude type of dude. Probably cornrow, baby. Probably cornrow, baby. Yeah. Because once I started doing like cornrow, y'all remember when Dion Lee used to have that summer league at Wagner? Yeah, once I started like putting on bandanas in the summer and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I was gonna be crazy. Thoughts on Jalen Johnson? Weirdest player in Louisville history. Jalen Johnson. Basketball Jalen Johnson? Wait, if we get this done this week. Okay. Yeah. I'm good for Thursday. Yeah, Thursday's perfect. Look, I'll have fun on that. Get ready to do a Friday show. Friday will be the pregame for Wisconsin. That one's gonna be fun. Was their opposing coach? I think the Marquette. I think Mike Dean. I think Coach Crum legitimately didn't like Mike Dean. And he liked everybody in general. Do you think he's Thank you, Mr. King. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am here at 11 o'clock. If y'all support the channel, man, you support the channel like this, I'm here. I'll give you the goods. And like I said, I do enjoy it. In general, let me hit this one. In general, do you think Yeast a letdown? And do you think he'll go finish in Lexington? And no. Did you hear what Steve said? Yeah. Okay, I know what you're saying. Yeah, Jalen Johnson missed dunk. That was incredible. Yeast, did you hear what Steve Rummage said last night on the stream? If you were listening, Steve said I would throw the ball. If he went and played safety at Kentucky, I would throw the ball at him all the time. And Steve reminded me that he came as a wide receiver, cornerback combo, you know what I'm saying? He just never found the right spot. Like I say, he just facing the football, his timing was just poor. Mike Dean, don't remember him. Listen, you don't remember when Mike Dean, the white-haired coach from Marquette, went past everybody in Freedom Hall and was doing that to the crowd? Goldwire, to George Bentley, are the dudes we need. I know. Linemen. Listen, any lineman that ever wants to come back and do another year, I sign up for them every time. Yep. The more OG, the better. Oh yeah, easily, Walter. Yeah. Yeah. Mark Irwin. Yes, him. Yeah, I do think I wouldn't have had any problem playing for Rick because it's one of those things like if you go hard, he lets you play hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those are the fun. That's the funnest kind of play. We're just wild, and he's real like aggressive with with his teaching. Like yeah, like I said, I don't talk back to coaches. I never really had a problem with a coach pushing you. You got to think. I consider Bobby Knight, so I didn't care about being yelled at or anything. Yeah, that was Brian Wardle. Yeah. Yeah. So we had some good battles with that dude. I don't know. He might have hated Luke. Actually, y'all want to hear something funny? Do y'all remember Cordell Henry? Do y'all remember Cordell Henry from Marquette? He's a good athlete. Yeah. But it takes. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just your spatial recognition has to be great to play defensive back. You know what I'm saying? Your awareness level has to be crazy. Are you optimistic that if let me see this over here. Your optimism is right by late January. He's 100%. His body will be. I don't know if his mind will be. Definitely want Cole Bentley back. Please go. I know. Lyman can come back anytime because we got to gain so much weight, man. We just got to gain a lot of weight. No, and Rue, I don't think I really. Oh, somebody else brought it up too. Not only did I not think that was the problem, I really don't think he had to use the bathroom. And Lamar, I just don't see him lying about it. You know what I'm saying? At all. And somebody pointed out to me, y'all know he had those extended cleats on, like those golf cleats. Now imagine running on that slippery tile cement with the super high cleats on. You got to run so you don't slip in those things. So that could be the run too. No. I listen. I didn't have the only person I ever knew in person the only person I ever knew like intimately that had problems around basketball games was Sean Marion. Sean Marion, when we would go on the road, all our AAU tournaments, we would be doing like team prayer, or we get ready to do a game and we having team prayer and everybody's in the middle and we got to wait for Sean to come out the bathroom every single time. Sean, he was in trouble if he didn't go to the bathroom like before a game. Like he really needed to. Jeff McKinley, that was my guy. Yep. New Albany after his playing career. He put me over. That's funny. Yeah, he reached out to me from someone else's account to say hello and to check on me from time to time. So yeah, that was always awesome. That was definitely always awesome. Like I said, Jeff was my guy. Jeff was he was a freshman because he redshirted before I got there. So yeah. And Jeff could play. Like people that like he could really, really play. He got in the doghouse. You just get in the doghouse and like I said, this some teams are just kind of like dog eat dog, and some teams just have a lot more together vibe. And if Jeff is on a more together vibe team, you know what I'm saying? He plays a lot of college basketball minutes for sure. I totally believe it. Yeah, I totally believe it. Yeah, Jeff, like I said, he's another one. He just some environments are just kind of hard to play in. You know what I'm saying? It's different. That's funny, Beef. But I liked him as a teammate. He could really play. Plus, he was big. Like you didn't realize how big he was. He was legit 6'5". He was legit size. Dirtiest player I played against in CUSA. Who was dirty in Conference USA? I mean, you felt like Cincinnati was kind of dirty, but they won, so you can't really whine about teams that win. Like, dirty is like teams that don't win a lot and just do crazy stuff. I don't know. Maybe I didn't run into a lot of dirty players. But I'll think about that one. Maybe something will just pop into my head. Do you think maybe only 3,000 fans helps our guys play more loose against UK? I'm gonna ask that question out loud. Southern Miss. Look, I was thinking, James, that Southern Miss might go up in that category somewhere. Do you think maybe only 3,000 fans helps our guys play more? No, not loose, but I think it's gonna help them stay more locked in to Coach Mack and the defensive intensity. Because Mack is always yelling at them about boxing out and being in position and like he has a style and a system, and you can't leak out of the system. And I think our team is one of those guys. Like, we're young, we're new, we're fresh, and I think they're locked in to Coach Mack really, really hard. So if the crowd was rocking and the other team was on a run or something, Coach Mack didn't really call panic timeouts either. So maybe you won't have to burn timeouts because we play possession basketball. And I think a team that's really locked into their coach, who feels like their coach is like almost on the floor with them, yelling and pointing, I think that gives them an advantage. And I'm not saying advantage over Kentucky. It just kind of gives them an advantage crowd-wise. I know. But like I said, I'll say it, man. I see restrictions opening up real fast nationally. Oh, my God. James, I don't know what they're going to do, but James, Steve and myself are going to start a slander campaign on people that sell their tickets. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a couple people who feel guilty about selling their tickets, right? And they're going to start doing well, yeah, it's a pandemic, so who don't tell me what to do with my money and all that good stuff. And I'm going to argue them down. I feel you. It's a pandemic, and I'm going to be in the mood to say, well, cut finances somewhere else. Like, you can find Louisville people to buy your tickets. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go on a big rampage about we're watching the seats, and we're going to know who sold their tickets. So my antennas are going to be up for that one. Hold on. I got to see this a little clearer. Yeah. Because Coach Pitino is one of those, like, Coach Pitino is just a yeller, is a screamer. Coach Mack is more precise, and he's more of an encourager. And Coach Mack played. Coach Mack Coach Mack has the attitude he would still be in the league if he didn't get injured. So he has a lot more player-centric attitude than Coach Pitino. Coach Pitino is just a teacher and a motivator. Coach Mack is a player trying to give his player perspective, implement his system, and give you player perspective. So they're just different. It's a different style, and it's a different way to interact with your players. Like, neither one of those are better or worse, though. Yeah, James, I'm going hard on that. Wait. Let me see if better for our chances if UK loses to or beats UCLA? You probably want them to beat UCLA. You probably want them to beat UCLA because then they're going to think everything's all fixed. But if they lose to UCLA, then it turns into this is the one game that can save our lives. Like literally, our lives. They're going to feel like if y'all don't beat Louisville, the season's over. So yeah, they'll be battling for their actual physical lives if they lose to UCLA and have to play Louisville. You can't lose that game. So a win would probably be better, but the same UK team is gonna show up to me, whether or not they win or lose. I'll give you a little nugget. It's gonna be the UK inside passing and offensive rebound is the only thing that can beat Louisville. Even good shooting is not going to be the reason you lose. But that's going to be a video conversation. You change. I want to say complete on UK game. These two games that there are. Yeah. Like I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it because okay. If I felt like it was going to be like player against player matchups, I would be a little freaked out. But it's going to be glass effort against glass effort, glass tough against glass tough. Who is the X factor against UK? Jalen Withers. Damian Lee. Are they playing right now? I always forget it's a good West Coast time. I think Jalen Withers, how tough he gets in over the next couple of games, because Charles Bassey, he humbled him a little bit. Does he come back tougher, or does he think that okay, some people are saying, oh, well, Bassey's just good, and I'm sure the coach is just like, listen. These athlete teams are going to eat you alive. They're going to punk you and eat you alive if you don't physically put a body on somebody like real hard. We're going to get bullied on the boards, crazy bullied. So no, I don't think so, B. I don't think so. I think long and athletic like Florida State, high pressure passing lanes. I don't think they're done. Like. They just if you get revved up for games like this, all of a sudden they know that they have to win this game as a team because it's a big game, and the effort they're going to give on the boards. That's what you do when you can't shoot. You just go bully the offensive glass, and if we're reaching and they're getting calls, they're going to shoot free throws. Like they're not done at all. They're not done by stretch. I do. I think Maryland will be back, but I don't see him really impacting it that much. I don't see him being a big impact, but I do think he'll give it a shot for that game. I mean, again, you come here for that reason, but if the coach slows him down and tries to hold him for the ACC, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, there's nothing you can really do about that one. I'm kind of hyped. Yeah. I mean, he can play though. Like he can play. It's going to be one of either they're going to start featuring Sarr, or they're going to keep on being kind of free. But it won't be both. I'm telling you. They'll be filled with excuses. I can hear it now. They beat us on a down year. Listen, James, don't even see. That's why I don't do the. Well, they're gonna hit everything against us. It's like, nah. Every year is different. Like, stop saying they beat us like this every year or something like that. Nah, every year is different. You don't have to carry the weight for Rick Pitino coach teams. Like, nah, we got a different squad. Last year, our fellas choked on the free throw line. That's the part you got to own. We had 5 seniors that choked on the free throw line. That ain't had nothing to do with Cal. That had something to do with the rivalry and the mentality of the players we had. They stunk it up on the free throw line in a big time game. We watched those same guys go to Cameron Indoor Stadium and hit their free throws. Literally, the same exact team shoots 90% in Cameron Indoor Stadium. They as players, they let the enormity of the rivalry game get to them. They let that get under their skin. Nothing you can do about that. Coach couldn't. The only thing Coach could have done different is played David Johnson. It's a big deal, but that's the only difference. But he didn't do it out of choking. He just didn't think Dave was ready. I'm ready to play Wisconsin. I'm ready to see our guys react against Wisconsin. Got to hit your free throws. You got to hit your free throws in big games, and you have to be the aggressor. Because here's the problem: you don't want Kentucky to be just attacking the whole game. You on your heels, and then after the end of the game, you're mad because they shot 25 more free throws. Well, they attack all the time. Listen, the reason Coach Mack is I said this before, the reason Coach Mack is making such a big deal about charges because he knows that's how Kentucky plays. In order to beat those teams with all those athletes, y'all are going to have to be drawing charges all over the field or all over the floor. I like Quinn. He can hit the three, but Quinn, he's going to have to be able to D up, and Quinn's going to have to draw fouls. When those guys fly out there jumping after Quinn, he's going to have to draw the foul. Drawing the foul is going to be our Achilles heel. We're going to have a bad year if our guys don't get to the free throw line. Book it. I don't think JJ will. I just don't think his intensity level and his structure is where it needs to be. But here's the thing. JJ could learn a lot from that game. He could learn how intense the game has to be played. So I really hope he gets in and plays some minutes, but I don't see him being really effective. But I think he can learn. He can learn the probably one of the last real lessons he needs to learn is just really how intense it is at super competitive level, like desperation games. Oh, Sutton. That's why you said Dwayne Sutton. Oh, I forgot he was on with the Warriors. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Beef, I agree. I don't see him playing a huge role. I forgot Sutton was out there, y'all. Darn it. Okay, y'all, get on out of here. I'm probably gonna turn on the basketball. I probably gotta finish my work. It's no fun, but it's gotta be done. Famous last thing. Thank you everybody for the donations, the Cash App donations, the Cash App donations, the everything. I do appreciate y'all joining. The Super Chat donations. Just being here too is great. Like being here, chatting it up. I love reading everybody else's responses, everybody else's questions. They're always really fun to look at because I get a better pulse of everything. Let me look at the last couple of comments. Virginia comes through again. That's funny. Unafraid these freshmen. Yeah. They got because they're untainted, man. The freshmen they don't know. They don't know how hard you got to play, so they're still desperate. So no, Sam is trending. I'm ready to I'm ready to I'm ready to see Sam. The Kyle guy just hit a game where the Kyle guy got game too, man. He got game. He got game. He's nice. Mm-hmm. I do agree with that. I still know Sam. Yeah, I'm ready to see Sam. Are you a bucket getter? Are you closer to what's my guy's name for Boston? Are you closer to Tatum? So that's a good one. Thank you. Look, thank you for the Cash App donations. Thank you for the Super Chat donations. My email address is madefortheville@gmail. Use it. Questions are more than welcome. It'll pop up right on my phone. It'll get straight to me. Anything you have to ask, any business inquiries, any kind of social events inquiries, anything like that, my line is always open. Just madefortheville@gmail goes right to me. Yeah, I'm good. I'm usually good about getting back with that one. My social medias, I'm not the best at getting the word back. Or getting back with everybody. 2 points, 2 boards, and it's still in 5 minutes from Dwayne Sutton. Of course, that's Dwayne Sutton. Any team on the planet, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's making the most of his minutes. That's good. I'm going to make sure I catch the replay of Dwayne Sutton. I'm going to at least watch the condensed version. Get on out of here, y'all. Enjoy your evening, and thank you for hanging out with me on